As a part of the Airsoft community, you probably know the company RunCam for their scope cams. But also their frequency of releasing new versions of their helmet camera actually is quite crazy. After the original helmet camera, with its unique form factor and flexible use cases, only some months later we got the RunCam Helmet Camera 4K with a lot better resolution and image quality, and also some quality of life updates, but actually in the same housing as the original. Now, not even 1 year later, RunCam is about to release the Helmet Camera 2, which actually is a completely new build based on the idea of its predecessors. But is it really an improvement compared to the not-so-old alternatives? Let's find out together in the following review. Third time in a row. After I had the chance to review the previous models of the helmet camera, RunCam again sent me their latest version, which actually is a pre-release version of the Helmet Camera 2. This one is ready for pre-order now and will be shipped from November 15th, 2025, after what I read in the online shop. As you know it from my channel, although I got the Helmet Camera 2 for free, my opinion will be 100% unbiased, listing all the points I like and dislike, so you know best what will await you when you decide for a purchase. The 3 key features of the new Helmet Camera 2 are claimed to be an extremely long recording time of 8 hours on one battery, the pre-record feature we also know from the scope cams, and a waterproof housing. All of those for the first time in the Helmet Camera series. In case you would like to buy the Helmet Camera 2, you could use the affiliate link in the description below and use the coupon code Rummbolt. You will save 5% on your purchase and I also get a small provision. So, win-win. But first, let's check what's inside the box. Besides the actual Helmet Camera 2, we find this remote control inside the packaging. This little thingy is required to use the pre-record function. RunCam told me it will be included in the first batch of the Helmet Camera 2 shippings, but later on it will be an optional extra purchase, obviously. Also, there are some packs of mounting accessories, which enable you to decide between Velcro and side rail mounting of your camera, and a USB-C charging cable. When taking a closer look on the Helmet Camera 2, we see slight design changes compared to the older models. Next to the name writing, we have 2 status LEDs now. The position of the Wi-Fi/Bluetooth connection button and the power switch meanwhile remain the same. The gooseneck is still flexible to adjust and can be rotated in a 180 degrees angle. On the back side, we find the basis for a completely new mounting system with some simple written instructions. The cool thing, this time it works completely tool-free, just by a sliding and clicking mechanism. I will show you how it works in a minute. As a part of the waterproof feature, the slots for USB port and the micro SD card are now protected by a Rubbermaid cover. But will this really make the camera completely waterproof? Of course, we will test this in a later part of the video. And, finally, the battery compartment now really gives easy access to the 18650 battery. This was something I absolutely disliked on the older models, as I constantly struggled to get this battery out. Great that RunCam listened to user feedback here. The battery itself comes with a capacity of 3500 mAh and provides a recording time of up to 8 hours. RunCam did a very impressive demonstrational video on this. I think this says enough about the power you get with this one. Now I think it's time to show you how you can get this cam mounted to your helmet. Let's start with the Velcro option, which is actually business as usual. Install the self-adhesive Velcro sticker on the respective plate and you're ready to go. You see, the plate clicks in place on the back side of the camera with just one small sliding movement. Very cool feature, you don't need certain tools anymore for this job. Also for the small gooseneck holder, there are 2 Velcro stickers included now, something that I missed in the previous 4K version. Another example for RunCam reacting to the community's demands. Now you can mount the camera on any Velcro surface you have around. It's not shaking that much in typical Airsoft use, but installing it to the side rail would be even more stable probably. The side rail adapter can be installed to the camera as easy as the Velcro adapter. It has a small metal ball pin inside which helps holding the camera in the desired position once mounted to the rail. You see, I have to remove my anti-fog unit tube holder first. If you're interested to see how you can print this yourself, I'll link the video about my favorite 3D printing ideas for Airsoft in the upper right corner for you. In case you experience too much wobble of the camera on the rail, you can try one of the other mount spacers, which also come in the package. In my case, the L-size spacer would be the desirable one, while there are also M and S for different rail setups included. Now, with this slight modification, perfect fit and absolutely zero shaking anymore. This is how I would want to run the Helmet Camera 2. In order to operate the Helmet Camera 2, you will need a micro SD card. The cam accepts cards up to 512 GB. I decide to use this 256 GB card in the tests. Just as on the previous models, the camera starts recording right after it has been turned on. The LED flashing red indicates the camera is recording. By the way, this can be turned off in the app settings, so your opponents on the field will have a harder time to track you down. With the Bluetooth remote, you can either start or stop recording from a distant position, or start a flashback recording, beginning 10 seconds before you press the button. Which of both options will be triggered by the button push can also be configured in the RunCam app. Speaking of which, here is how it works. First, it's important to note that there is a new RunCam app now. The one you probably know from the older models is called RunCam Legacy now and does not support the Helmet Camera 2. The correct one has this more like orange icon and can be downloaded in the Android or Apple app stores. You see, there are only 2 gadgets supported right now, the Helmet Camera 2 and the also quite new Scope Cam 2S. Once the device is connected, you basically have the same functionalities as on the older app as far as I see. You get a live preview of what your camera sees, can adjust brightness, colors and the usual stuff. Interesting to notice that this camera only records in 1080p. There is no lower or higher resolution to pick here. Only the frame rate can be adjusted. The most interesting adjustments in my eyes can be found in the lower right corner settings. Next to other options, you can switch between start-stop recording and pre-recording feature here when pressing the remote button. The app also reminds you that you will need the remote control for this feature. Useful settings on top are the adjustment of the final clip durations and the switch to turn on or off the external LED when the camera is recording. When scrolling completely to the bottom, you see we are dealing with version 1.0.0 alpha of the camera's firmware here. So I think chances are high we will get some updates in the near future, as this usually is the case with brand new release devices. One of the improvements I was looking forward to the most was the Helmet Camera 2 being waterproof now. I was looking for a more detailed specification of this label in the user manual and the online marketing material, but actually found nothing like an IP rating or something. So there will be no other choice than trying out myself. First, the rain shower test. Obviously, drops and splashing water are no problem for the Helmet Camera 2. The recording has not been disturbed and it does not seem that any moisture got inside the housing. But will it actually survive a full dive without any kind of additional protection? Let's find out. As far as I can tell, the waterproof rating is well justified. The camera is still fully functional after those tests and the image did not get any kind of blurry or misty. Very nice. Of course, we need to check the footage quality as well. The first recordings were taken during an average autumn afternoon in cloudy weather. If you like to see a comparison to the older helmet camera models, feel free to check my previous reviews of those. I want to be honest with you people. The video quality in daytime is not what I would expect from a 2025 released camera, even if it is only recording in 1080p and is considered to be sold at an entry-level price point. I hope that future firmware updates will be able to use the potential of the hardware better, but in this early pre-release state, there is still a lot of room for improvement in my eyes. Let's listen to what the audio test will sound like from a microphone that obviously had to be built in a waterproof case.
So this is me right now speaking directly into the RunCam Helmet Camera 2 for you to have a comparison to the older models maybe, because they tended to be affected by wind noise in the past. Maybe this one will be better. We will hear in post-production, in the later video, especially now when the wind comes up. You will hear it. Now I can. Let's listen.
The low light test took place the very same day, a few hours later, when the sun was almost gone. I do understand why RunCam says the low light performance is better than on previous models. Take a look on the smartphone footage I recorded in the very same setting. It's a lot darker. When you see the Helmet Camera 2's footage, you actually would not think it was as dark as it really was. I have no clue which technology they used for this, but it is really interesting for sure. This time, it's actually kinda hard for me to tell you what I think about the product I just reviewed. And it is so because I don't know if I would be satisfied as a customer or not. On the one hand, the RunCam Helmet Camera 2 kept all its promises. It comes with interesting low-light capabilities, has the pre-recording feature and really is waterproof. And it combines all the form factor advantages of the previous helmet camera models. The super long recording time, plus some small additional improvements. But on the other hand, even for a retail price of only around $60, the video quality just did not convince me as much as I would like to say something different. So, maybe this device is a good deal for people who prefer maximum recording time and reliability in all weather and light conditions over the final video quality? Or for absolute beginners on a tight budget, better than having no camera at all? I don't know actually, so I'm very curious about your opinion in the comment section. And who knows, in case RunCam continues their release frequency the way they did before, we will see a 4K version of this device very soon probably. One thing is for certain however, I will be there to tell you how it will perform. So long, have a good one.